The Atlanta Dream upset the Indiana Fever, winning the first game of this playoff series, and now they have a chance going back to Atlanta to win the series and close out. Which it's not too shocking. I kind of expected it to happen. I mean, the Dream, yeah, they're in the third seed, but they were in the third and fourth seed before, and both of those seasons they made it to the WNBA finals. So, Atlanta they're playing really well right now, and I'm not at all surprised that they won. I however, want to concentrate more on the Seattle Storm because despite the fact that they did lose their opening game to Minnesota, they only lost by 8 points, and they were in it the entire time. Minnesota dominated from start to finish, but Seattle did not die. Minnesota played great defense, and obviously they caused some trouble. They disrupted the rhythm that Seattle never really got themselves established. Sue Bird struggled all game long. Lauren Jackson, she was pretty much shut down in the second half. And you can see that the Storm weren't quite themselves. And I think, though, they showed that they are contenders and that this is going to be a wild, wild west because Seattle is more than capable of winning this series. They came so close to winning that game on many occasions. Minnesota would build up a huge lead, and then Seattle would come storming back in it. And I think Seattle played pretty decent defense, especially Jackson. She got a few blocks in the game. And this one looks like it's going to be a great series. The game got a little physical at times. But Minnesota, who has been the top team in the league all year, usually when you're the number one seed overall out of the entire NBA, some people will expect you to run away with it. I think this is going to be a very close contest, and there should definitely be a third game. I think that next week there's no way that Seattle will let themselves continue to be limited. I think Sue Bird, she's going to do so much more scoring than she did this week. I mean, yesterday. It's still morning. I think Sue Bird is going to break out and have a much better game, which in turn will result in Lauren Jackson being able to get open and do more. And it's just Tanisha Wright, though, she had a great game. She led the team with 7 assists, which is very helpful. But it's hard to win when Sue Bird and Lauren Jackson only combine for 20 points. It's hard to win a game like that. However, let's point out the fact that Seattle did a great job at the 3 line. Honestly, though, neither of these teams were really great from it. Minnesota was shooting 40% from threes, while Seattle only shot 29%. Seattle took a lot more threes, though, and they made 7 of them out of 24 attempts, though. Whereas, Minnesota only made 4, but they only took 10 attempts. So, I think that's the biggest thing right there. Seattle's better at the 3 line, and those kind of kept them in it. As soon as Minnesota would get like a 10-point lead or whatever, Seattle would hit a 3, and suddenly they're just back in it. And it's just... I think the Lynx are probably going to win this series, but it would be hard to believe that Seattle couldn't at least come back on their game tomorrow and get the second one, force a game 3. And even though I think Minnesota's probably going to win just because they're a great all-around team, they've got so much talent on that roster. Now, Maya Moore, 16 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. I mean, this girl's just all world. And I think Seattle's got too many great players like Tina Thompson, Sue Bird, Lauren Jackson, and Waters. They're going to at least put up a fight, and if they did somehow manage to come back and upset Minnesota, I wouldn't be too shocked. It's been an interesting playoff so far.